Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now on with the show.
Hello, everybody. This is the SMG Bosch podcast. This is all new programming from the Southgate Media Group. I am one of your hosts, Jack Wengroski, and with me is
Melissa Maxey.
All right, this is an Amazon original program about the Michael Connelly book series that features a character called Harry Bosch. Hence the Bosch podcast. And Melissa, you want to tell us a little about the series of the book series by Michael Connelly?
Yeah, Michael Connelly has written 26 books most of them about Harry Bosch, who is an LA detective, and he was he went through war, and he was a tunnel rat in the war. And he was also in the foster child. So the book series is about him as a detective and about him working the streets of LA.
So there's pretty much an established fan group already.
Oh yes, he's written 26 books. You can imagine that he's the books are well known around the world. He has a website, michaelconnelly.com. He's on Facebook, and he's been traveling. He just launched a book just a few months ago, and he's writing his next book. So he's actively writing, and this TV series is a baby for him. He got to be on the set, and he helped with the directing and everything. He's just been there every step of the way. So this is a great opportunity for us to see Bosch live, and everybody's really excited about that.
So you contacted me about this because you've already read a few of the books, right?
Yes, I started reading the Michael Connelly series after I heard that after I watched the pilot. I found out about it because Henrik Bastian he was a producer of The Killing, and he is now producing Bosch. And I was part of The Killing fan group, so I was really excited to hear that he was doing another series, and this series really appeals to me. I like detective dramas, so this is really good.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be exciting. There's a lot of enthusiasm. I don't think we have quite the credentials that Michael Connelly does, but wanted for everybody to meet the hosts. I'm Jack Wengroski. I've been one of the founding members of the Southgate Media Group with the Southgates, and they've allowed me to be included on a lot of their projects. Input Junkie, Melissa and I do the Blacklist pod together. That's about James Spader's character Red Reddington, called the Blacklist. And I also am on the Trumpet Talk blog, which I would like to turn into a podcast eventually. My Twitter is @jwengroski, and you can also follow us at the Blacklist Pod. And Melissa, what have you been doing?
Yes, I'm the co-administrator for the Killing fan group, and I have been working. I run the website and the Instagram account and the Tumblr account, and I also do. When the Bosch pilot started, we decided to start the Bosch TV fan group. And so I run the Instagram account for that, the Tumblr account, and we have a small Facebook page and a website, BoschTVFangroup.com. And since I do the Blacklist pod with you, I was like, well, we should do a podcast on Bosch because the series is so fantastic. I really love it. So we decided that this was something that we wanted to do. So we started a Twitter account, Bosch Pod, at Bosch Pod, and we will, we want to do the podcast for Bosch.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really popular show. Now, Michael Connelly's book series, the very first is Black Echo, is that right?
That's correct.
And so now we're going to have this Amazon original series, and it's going to start with Black Echo. And tell us, kind of, since you read it first, just kind of what's going to happen here.
Oh, this is about, he's a detective in LA, and he's working a case, and it starts out in the series where he's chasing a suspect, and something happens in the capturing of the suspect, and he ends up having to be, he gets charged with something, and he has to go to trial. So it basically starts out with him, and he's on trial. And in the midst of that, he's working another case, and finds out the case is the murder of a 13-year-old boy. And so coinciding with the trial, it's him working this other case, and then we get to meet the characters in the book, the people that he works with. So the Bosch series, but Harry Bosch is played by Titus Welliver, and he has been in several movies recently. He was in, Transformers, the last movie.
Oh, wow.
He was the bad guy, and he was very fabulous. Then there's Annie Wershing. She plays Julia Brasher. She's a detective. Jamie Hector is Bosch's partner as Jerry Edgar. And there's a lot of the cast is really fabulous. Mimi Rogers plays the lawyer that's on the trial. She's the one that's wants to get him convicted of this crime that he committed. And so there's a lot of great cast members, and Michael Connelly, his series is really fantastic. I'm actually in book 5, Angel's Flight, and I'm really enjoying the book series.
So now this whole series it's not going to come out one episode at a time. They're going to put all of them out at once?
Yes, it's on Amazon, so it's going to be like Netflix. They've already done all of the episodes. They're going to release them February 13th. It's Friday the 13th, my favorite number.
There you go.
And it's going to be all the episodes at once.
So on our podcast, we'll be out about once a week, and we'll talk about each one in order as we go up. So if you want to kind of keep up, or even if you kind of binge watch and you're still interested and you want to keep the series alive, come to the show and we will keep you posted. And one of the things is Michael Connelly is actually in Florida, not far from me, so we're going to try and get him involved. We'll try to get some real good interviews, and we'll just kind of keep everybody posted. And you are, just to reiterate, Melissa, you're already running a Bosch kind of fan group and Instagram. What are the addresses and details on that?
So the Twitter account for the fan group is Bosch TV Fan Group, and our Instagram is the same. So it's Bosch TV Fan Group, and the actors in the series have been very responsive. They love talking about the show, and they're very interactive. They've been very generous with their time. And they did the premiere this week. So February 3rd, they did the premiere of Bosch in LA, and then they did the premiere right after in England. So they're already well on their way to, the launch this week, and everybody's getting really excited about it.
Oh, that's going to be great. So if you've read the books, we're going to be reading them or have already read a few of them. And for the people that are just watching the show, we could kind of clue you in to some of the book tie-ins if you don't feel like that you have that kind of time, because not everybody does between the dog and the kids in school, and we understand that. So we'll try to do some of the research. We'll bring some details and some people from the show, and I think it's going to be a really great all along for readers and listeners.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
So is there anything else you'd like to talk about, what we got coming up?
Well, so we're going to, with the launch, we're going to start with the pilot, and we're going to talk about the show, and we want you to join us.
And the pilot will start with Black Echo, is that right?
Yes.
All right.
The pilot, starts with the book Black Echo.
So I wonder if we'll get some like Law and Order, good little background music when everybody something is about to or just happened, or you always get that chunk.
Yeah. They have some good background music for the suspense in the series, and I was really happy with the pilot. They actually reshot the pilot because they couldn't get a couple of the actors to come back into the series, so they recast a couple of the actors, and Mimi Rogers was the one that stepped in for the lawyer, so it's going to be good.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the pilot. Now, I was waiting for the release. I didn't realize that the pilot had come out, so can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, like I said, it starts out with, Harry Bosch is chasing a suspect, and because he was...
Yeah, I thought that when I had asked you about the first book, I think you were talking about the pilot, which...
They coincide together, so that's how they're running it. It coincides with the book. It's very similar. There are things that they changed for the series that are different from the book, and we can talk about that when we start our first podcast on the pilot.
Well, cool. I'm going to need this because I'm already confused.
You need to read the book.
I know. Well, I wasn't sure if the pilot was Black Echo or if the first release is going to be Black Echo and they're redoing it. How does that work?
Oops.
Or is that a really good question?
Yeah, it's called the pilot. It doesn't, the first episode, the pilot,
yes.
It's called the pilot, but it's based on the book, The Black Echo.
Huh. So maybe
the
release will start.
Yeah, so the pilot is called the pilot, and then the second episode's called Lost Light. So
is that the second book called Lost Light, or are they doing a little take on that?
No, they're doing a little take on that.
So maybe it's kind of a continuation. I guess I'm going to have to just watch it like everybody else.
Yes.
All right. Well, is there anything else you can think of?
No, I think that, we'll get started, and we'd love for everyone to join us and give us their thoughts on what they thought of the pilot, and because they've read the novels, we'd love to hear about that too. So. All
right. Good deal. Well, this was the SMG Bosch podcast, Meet the Hosts. Again, I am Jack Wengroski, and...
I'm Melissa Maxey.
And we will see you shortly after the premiere. Don't miss it. February 13th, Friday the 13th. That's Melissa's lucky number. So we're all excited. And don't forget to go to the website. That's www.southgatemediagroup.com, where you can see all of our shows, Cuckoo for Who, the Biters podcasts, Melissa and I have the Blacklist podcast, if you enjoy James Spader. And now the Bosch podcast, all about Harry Bosch. And I guess that's about it. Until next time.
See you then.